Good afternoon, students. Hopefully, all of you went through the limitations of barter, which we did discuss in our previous video. I help you to recall. Number one, presence of double coincidence or lack of double coincidence. Answer is there was a complete lack of double coincidence of bonds when barter is concerned. Second, lack of common unit of account. We did not have the benefit of rupee in barter system, so we were not sure, or we were unsure rather, if I have to say so, how many units of one good has to be exchanged for the other one. So that itself was a problem. Now let's move into the same example where A, B, C, D, E were involved. I am going to take only A and E are the two representatives who are willing to buy each other's good, right? But what E requests A is that immediately he doesn't want his vegetables. A requires gold of E. E also requires vegetable. But he's saying that I don't want for the time being, most probably after 10 to 12 days, I will be requiring your vegetables. So let's go into barter, right? Now, can anyone underline the problem which A will face if that is the scenario? Answer is, it's pretty simple. Vegetable, what is its shelf life? I mean, a day or two. So can it be used in future for the purpose of making payments? Payments, that means vegetable to be exchanged for gold. Since its shelf life is few days or a couple of days, if I have to be precise, I mean, by the time the 12th day comes, these vegetables will be of no use whatsoever unless and until he reproduces another set of vegetables. I hope it's quite clear. Now, let's say, for example, A doesn't have vegetables and on the contrary has something which is more concrete. Let's say, for example, wood or furniture to be exchanged. Just change the product of ASS. Now, that one definitely has a better shelf life. So, if E requires after 10 days, 15 days that furniture, now A can be happy. But imagine, for again 15 to 20 days, A need to incur the storage cost. Storage cost of holding the furniture in the godown, isn't it? So, all such assets, students, be it vegetables, be it furniture, be it gold, they need to be incurred with some degree of storage cost, right? Plus, there is also possibility if you have something else as such, machinery with your disposal, and you want to replace and give it to E, after some time if you want to use it for making payment, then it might be subjected to another problem, which is depreciation, isn't it? So it is very difficult in barter system to keep assets, be it vegetables, furniture or machinery, for the purpose of future payments, right? On the contrary, with money you will find whatever 100 rupees can buy you today, after 10, 12, 15 days, it might end up buying you the same number of items as such. So its generalized purchasing power is far stagnant and constant, which is what makes it a better system in comparison to these. No storage cost to be incurred in comparison to what you incur for holding such assets. So money is what the order of the day, and barter was something which was taken away in prevalence and replaced by money system. So another problem with the barter, which we are going to write it down, is it lacks the store of value function which money can perform easily. So what is the third limitation of barter? It is the lack of store of value. I hope it's quite clear, because of various problems like storage cost, depreciation as such. So can't be compared with money. Thank you.